Peace and blessings, soldiers. Welcome to another episode of Break the Spell podcast. I am your host, Waterstyle. Back with you once again. I'm a conscious hip hop artist, producer, digital creator, free thinker, all of that good stuff. So today's podcast is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do here. Today we're going to talk about mental health, living on autopilot, survival mode, those kind of things. I think us, especially in the conscious community, tend to overlook these things a lot. We research and we learn about all types of horrible, catastrophic things going on in our world, and sometimes we can't always process that in a healthy way, alongside with other things that are happening in our lives and in the world. So today I kind of wanted to touch on that, put some of my own personal opinions and experiences in that. So lately I've been going through my own, emotional ups and downs of life and whatnot. For those who don't know out there, I do struggle with anxiety and depression, ADHD, PTSD, those kind of things from just living in survival mode for most of my younger years. It's something I still work through today through using meditation and breathing techniques and connecting with the source and asking, my ancestors for guidance. Those things I think have really helped me more than anything else. So, lately life's been lifing for me. It's ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting back, I'm doing my meditation. It doesn't always come as easily as it should. When you're going through anxiety and depression, it stunts your motivation to create. So I've kind of been just like stuck, feeling as far as, I don't have the motivation to create because I don't have a clear mind at the moment to do that. So I thought maybe, kind of a mental health check-in. If anybody out there is feeling the same way, hey, feel free to comment in the comment section. Let me know how you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? We're a community over here. We can hold each other down as much as we can. For me, my music, my art, those types of things, my YouTube channel for sure is my therapy. You know what I'm saying? I can go into that and feel like myself again when life is lifing. So it's important that we always check up on our friends, see how they're doing, because not everybody puts everything out for everybody to see. Some of us suffer in silence. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? I tend to keep it to myself. Maybe it's because I'm an Aquarius. I don't know. I've been told in past relationships I'm like a robot emotionally, which I thought was crazy because I'm an empath to my detriment. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I don't wear my emotions on a sleeve. I'm not a clingy type of person. You know what I'm saying? I could keep it moving, I'm a logical, forward-thinking kind of person. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm always looking for solutions. And when I can't find a solution to something is when the anxiety and depression kicks in. So I'm working on that because, I understand that everything does not have a instant solution. Some things it's one day at a time. And, my patience for that over the years of living in survival mode has grown really thin. So, if I can't see an immediate light at the end of the tunnel, like I'm going through anxiety and it gets bad. And, the outside world can sometimes, trigger stuff that, it kind of, sometimes the outside world can trigger you in ways that you're not going to expect. And for example, I don't know if anybody out there has seen this video of the gossip blogger Perez Hilton carving himself up online, self-harming himself for like 20 minutes on TikTok. I made the mistake of watching it on X. I couldn't get through it. I got to like maybe 20 seconds and I'm like, I can't do this. It felt like a satanic ritual. It felt like a spiritual attack and it scared the shit out of me. So, I had to sit in meditation and ask the creator and my ancestors to just, protect me, direct my thoughts to something more positive, more grounded. And thankfully they came through and I was able to get to sleep, but it was horrific. And I would not recommend going out there looking for this video. Please don't. I wish I had not seen it. It reminded me of the Charlie Kirk assassination. Like some stuff you just can't unsee and you wish you didn't see. So I'm hoping that Perez Hilton gets the help he needs, the mental health he needs, because good Lord, that was terrifying. Whether people are saying it's staged or whatever, but I don't know. But stuff like that reminds me that there are satanic rituals going on that they use to try to come in on your frequency and try to pull you into that. And you got to have discernment. You got to have a connection to the source or to the creator or God or whatever it might be in your life. For when things like this, you're exposed to things like this, you get that feeling in your soul like, okay, I can't watch this. I can't. Something ain't sitting right. This ain't right. And that's another thing I feel like we go through just in daily life as well, where if we're around somebody or in a situation that doesn't sit right with our soul, we can recognize that. I think the way I would explain it the best is when you're plugged in the source, it's like plugging into like a electrical outlet. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a feedback of you know what I'm saying, of energy, and you plugged into what's going on. So when you are exposed to these things, alarms go off like, hold on, something is, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why it's so important to be connected to the source. Like I said, whether that's God, Jesus, the creator, ancestors, whatever you might believe in that keeps you grounded with a purpose is something really important, because we got spiritual attacks going on every way, and they don't come to you in ways that you would recognize, like in a horror movie or whatnot, right? I'm a big horror movie fan. I'm not a fan of the gore. I'm more of a the thriller, ghost paranormal type movies. I don't do the gore. I don't do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of movies or whatnot. So when I did see that video, that's what it reminded me of. But I'm just like out here, like I felt compelled to make this because we got to stay protected out here. And we are all going through our own struggles, mentally in life. Life be kicking our ass. It don't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, rich or poor, right? So I just want to remind everybody out there to check on your friends. Stay grounded in reality. Don't go too far down the rabbit hole, and just work on yourself, because the world is they trying to infiltrate in every which way they can. Those in the truther movement know this. That's why it's so important to keep your mental health in check. Now, I don't know if that video last night I watched triggered something in me. I've been going through it for like the past couple of weeks with stuff in my own life. So I think that that was just the cherry on top. But the fact that I recognized what it was for what it was, whether the man, was going through a mental health crisis, obviously, but the fact that it was still live and playing for 20 minutes on TikTok. Some people are saying 40 minutes. I don't know. I don't know the exact length, but it should have been pulled right away. So kids have seen this. I'm seeing it on Facebook, which is really crazy to me because, just a couple years on Facebook, I was in jail for talking about the pandemic on there and banned and, fact checked to death. But other than that, we really got to protect ourselves out here. Like, it's not a joke. It's really not a joke. And when you see it in live time, it reminds you that, man, you got to stay on top of this mental health, because they doing all types of stuff out here. And we already struggling. We got to recognize the real for the real. And, I just want to say to anybody that's out there that's going through some shit, regardless of whatever the hell it is, just know that you are loved, you are supported. We're not alone out here. And I want to say thank you to all my soldiers out here that always, you know what I'm saying, keep me going. Y'all keep me going out here for real. Supporting what I'm doing, supporting what I'm putting out. I appreciate you all. It's a lot more than I think y'all really understand. So over here on this little channel, with my little, what I'm doing over here, I ain't doing much. I'm a smaller creator, just trying to, make a space over here. Just check on your friends. Make sure they're good, And that's why I always say be kind, because you never know what somebody going through. So at the end of the day, soldiers, that's really what this podcast was about. Just a quick mental health checkup. Be careful on the frequencies that coming in at you. Stay connected to source. and be your best. Be your best, soldiers. And with that being said, stay blessed. Born into the empire, fortified, certified, worldwide genocide, classified, terrified, the masses in the classes, collateral damages, micromanaging, swept under the rug. Profits soar, farmer pushing them drugs, experimental, it ain't accidental, it's all compartmental, taking incremental steps to the next level, playing with the devil, partaking in them rituals, them demons needing vessels. I ain't playing them dark games, I after the fake fame, this flame that I spark main, can you explain the arcane, on a quest to understand the planet, underhanded plot to the privileged elite, got a stagnant, just a fragment of what lies ahead, it's written on them stones, better know the ledge, we've entered the twilight zone, now I find and I'm living in a new room, in the time to align and protect the soul. It's easy to see how these forces target me, they come in on a low level, riding on your frequency, knowing I'm coming to your temple, guard your temple cause they after the mental. I'd rather be educated than ignorant, I wanna know before the iceberg hits, we on the sinking ship. Dirty politics and theatrics is what we blasted with. Clones propped up and paid off to make the lies stick. Now they sick on absolute power, they've had a taste. Keep you out their space and put you in your place. Sitting in the ivory tower, spitting in the people's face. They demanding all the flowers, put us in the database. Disgrace to watch it fall so easily. Such a waste, we can't evolve and live peacefully. Accepting the fate that's been decided by the ultra wealthy. Trapped in a state where mad scientists will keep you healthy. Scripted debates for ratings and calling it information. New mandates for you to follow is the obligation. Collapsing the game, CEOs give a resignation. Complacent and lame is where they want you in the simulation. It's easy to see